In other words, he had to go through all of these steps and extra procedures on his patients just to cover himself so that he wouldn't get sued.
You know, and I know a lot of attorneys, we just don't sue every single doctor there is. You know what I mean? So where, you know, he's saying that, so where do you think that came from? Do you think that came from, like, the healthcare system that did that? Or do you think the insurance companies were the ones that, you know, that were trying to do tort reform?
I think that, you know what, I think that in some aspects we already have a form of tort reform. I mean, I think if a person's got a case and they win, they win. The losing side, to my knowledge, doesn't get paid.
Yeah.
You know, I think an attorney is a businessman. You know, I think that they aren't going to take a case that they think they can lose. Again, I don't think that attorneys are, you know, they may be inside of the problem. I don't think that they are the problem. I don't think the doctor is taking advantage of the system. I think it's the system that we've created that makes people do the things that they do.
Well, everybody I've been seeing, the economy is affecting everybody. Doctors, lawyers, everybody. It hasn't been. I don't know if it's even affecting some of the bigger casinos here in town. You know, a lot of them have filed for Chapter 11 protection, so it's affecting everybody, especially here in Nevada. I think we should have some sort of, you know, I mean, we have gambling. That's great. You know what I mean? But, you know, maybe we should think of trying to bring some sort of new businesses into Nevada.
Didn't we ask the casinos to help us out?
Well, I don't know.
I think the casinos have carried the burden for a long time. I mean, I think they do a great job at that. I think that obviously gaming is an area where they shoulder most of the taxes, I think, in Nevada.
Correct.
I also think that, you know, mining hasn't, you know, done its proper share of taxes in Nevada. But I think in general, I think it's really waste. I mean, I think it's not so much how much they're taking in, it's what they're using it for. You know, they just came out of a 6-day session where they claimed that they had resolve. But they were in there for 120 days before that. What'd they do?
No, he's right. Absolutely
Fight?
correct.
I mean, what'd they do?
Fight,
all of a sudden, in 6 days, they had some type of a resolution.
Probably because they had to.
They were exhausted. They were exhausted, yeah.
So what were we paying these people for? You know, I mean, I believe in smaller government. You know, I believe in people's rights. I think that, you know, I've had, you know, many families, you know, that have worked for me over the years, most of them Hispanic, you know, and I've always told them, I said, you know, I believe in English as a language, as a primary language. And I don't believe it because I am against Hispanics at all, because I love the Hispanic community. I think that they're great family people. But I explained to them that the only way to be successful in America is to learn English. I don't care what somebody does in their house, in their church, how they worship or whatever they do, but in order to be successful in a country, you have to abide by those laws. I mean, I was at the DMV a month ago. I mean, if you want to streamline that system, get rid of the Spanish at the DMV. When people are forced to speak a language or forced to do a certain thing, they'll step up and they'll do it. They're disciplined. They know what it's going to take. I mean,
listen, I'm in a complete agreement. When my dad came over here and I was a little kid, he said, you're going to learn English first, and then when you want to learn Spanish, go to school.
Yeah.
So I understood Spanish, but I never spoke it until I was out of school and going to college. I get it. My children are the same way. My kids all speak English. I want them to, you know, be, familiar with the native language and all that other stuff. But, you know, we are here in this country, and English is our number one language, and we should be able to speak it.
Right. I think that there's too much blame being on the Hispanic people right now. I mean, I'm fluent in Spanish. I learned it, you know, several years ago. I served a 2-year mission. But the reality of it is, if you want to be successful, you have to conform with the, you know, I've traveled overseas. I've been in different countries. And in all of those situations, most of those countries spoke English. I would say 40 or 50% of those countries knew some aspect of English because they realized if they wanted to be competitive in the world, they had to speak English.
That is correct.
And so the bottom line is, I want the Hispanics to learn English because I want them to succeed. I want a better life for them, and I think that's why they come to this country.
You know why I want them to do that? Because we're too many of us.
I don't know about that.
So we're gonna take another caller. We're gonna take Keith.
We were.
Well, we're still
alive.
We've got lots of callers.
We got Lloyd right now.
Hey, Lloyd, how you doing?
Good. How you guys doing today?
Good. You got a question
Well, actually, I got a comment and question.
Okay,
comment,
go for it.
I'd definitely like to say I commend you for, stepping up and trying to make an effort to right what you see is wrong, because I think people complain about things but never make an effort to fix these things. And so I definitely commend that fact that you're, taking your time, putting your money and effort in to try to fix what you see as a problem. But I do have a lot of questions, because I've met some people who are, part of the, like they say they're part of the party, whatever have you. Again, I don't want to say the name of the party wrong. It's T what?
The name of the party that we're registered under?
Yeah, you said T.
Is Tea Party of Nevada.
Tea Party, there you go. I don't want to say, because I know there's different slangs out there, so I don't want to say something disrespectful, for the Tea Party. But, my question are things such as, when you say you're interested in smaller government, what part would you be cutting out? Because you're running for government, but you're for smaller government, so maybe that seems like an oxymoron to me, but what part of the government are you looking to cut out?
Well, I think that I think that there's several aspects of government, whether it's, and in this particular case for the Senate, you're talking about the United States government, but I think that there's a lot of aspects in government similar to a big corporation where they try to build colonies underneath themselves for job protection. And I think
not a general thing, but specifics. This is, I think, what gets people confused. There's just constant generalities thrown about. What you obviously must have identified some. What name of department you're looking to get rid of?
I'm not looking to get rid of any particular department in general because I don't have all the facts yet, but I am looking to downsize government.
Okay, well, we'll skip that one. How about taxes? I know the Tea Party's are you for taxes or against taxes? And if you are for taxes, are you looking for a flat tax for everyone or some kind of index tax based on people's income?
You know what? I think taxes are a tough issue. I do not believe in raising taxes. I believe in cutting taxes. I mean, I really think that, it may or may not ever get through, but I really believe in a consumption tax because it's a fair tax. I mean, you pay tax on what you buy. If you don't buy anything, you don't pay a tax. And I think
like a federal sales tax?
Well, not a federal sales tax. No, I just believe that a consumption tax means that whatever you buy, it's taxed at a certain rate, and that's what the number is. And there's been statistics on that. I mean,
what about off your income, though?
I do believe in an income tax. I think that it needs to be lowered. I think that the more money that you put back into people's pockets, the faster it gets turned around. The thing that always amazes me about taxes and people is they believe they're happy when they get a tax check back. And it just blows my mind that they just gave the federal government a loan for a year, interest-free, and they gave them back a small amount of money, and they're content with getting that money back.